Hello everyone, welcome back to Police Danny. The chases never stop, and on dangerous roads the police chase with incredible speed. Watch till the end and immerse yourself in the life and death situations where survival is just a step away with Police Danny. On May 4th, at a gas station in Houston, narcotics officers were conducting an undercover investigation when traffic officers Jay Sally and Emma McMary spotted a suspicious vehicle driven by 23-year-old Jimmy Bryan. When they ordered him out, Bryan suddenly opened fire, hitting Officer Sally in the lower pelvic region. Both officers returned fire, turning the scene into chaos. Officer Sally was seriously injured and rushed to the hospital for treatment.
Hit! I've been hit!
Partner, are you good?
I've been hit!
God damn it.
I've been hit!
Where are you hit? He's
Femur!
down. He's down.
Femur!
Fuck. Hey! Where you hit?
Femur!
Get him in the back of my truck! No! Tourniquet! We need a tourniquet now!
I've been hit.
Jared! Oh, I got it. What's up, brother? Hey, how we doing? You in park? All right. Partner, are you good? God damn it. Where are you hit? He's down. He's down.
Femur!
Hey!
Where you hit? Femur!
Get him in the back of my truck! No! We need a tourniquet now!
I've been hit.
Jared!
Okay.
Oh, shit, I got it. You okay? I'm fine. Hey. I'm bleeding a lot.
I've been hit! I've been hit! I've been hit! I've been hit!
Jimmy Bryan, who was also wounded in the gunfight, was hospitalized and is currently in custody. He faces 2 counts of aggravated assault on a public servant. Officers Sally and McMary, who joined HPD in 2012, were commended for their bravery in this dangerous situation. In another case, Matthew Richardson, a man already on probation for DUI, continued to violate the law by driving despite a suspension, showing a complete disregard for authority.
Back somebody.
Get on the ground!
Shots fired.
Why are you guys running from John?
He needs help.
Here, come back here.
He tried to kill me last night.
Here, come back here. Let's talk to this guy. Hey, does John have any weapons right
No,
now?
well, yeah, there's probably knives and stuff in the house.
John carry a gun? Hey, John. What's going on?
On January 27, 2024, LRA police received an emergency call from a woman reporting that her friend, Juan Valdez, 40 years old, was threatening her. When police arrived at the scene, they saw Juan driving away. Despite the officer's orders to stop, Juan refused and sped off. A high-speed chase quickly began, with officers trying to catch up while Juan drove recklessly, swerving through traffic.
2058, David William, 589, gold color these offers, street name.
Heading south for Jasper. Back to Shady Wood. No traffic. Doing about 30.
Copy, southbound Jasper.
Turn the car off now! Let me get your 40.
3.13, CMC wants to know what the want is.
Hey, where's your 40, dude?
Wait, we're trying to figure it out right now.
Turn your car off. Turn your car off.
I'll be back in front of the Milton Cooperative.
We're taking off, man. We're going westbound on Shadywood.
I'll be westbound Shadywood.
Northbound Davidwood.
Okay, tried to shut the last night. And we're going to be going westbound Castlewood. 815. I'll be westbound Castlewood. Northbound Rosewood. 50 miles an hour, no pedestrian traffic. On wrong. It's just he's going the wrong way for a second here. I'll be westbound Bronx, and we have BT unit at 21. Just tried to 245 Boy 13 with this vehicle. We're going to be on southbound 5 on ramp from Ross Road.
Coming apart.
Copy, higher commander.
During the chase, Juan drove dangerously, colliding with a truck and causing his tire to blow out. He then exited the car and attempted to hijack another vehicle. Officers were forced to use force as he refused to comply. After being arrested, Juan was taken to the hospital and later jailed, facing serious charges, including carjacking and resisting arrest. After being arrested, Juan Valdez was taken to the hospital for treatment of his injuries before being placed in jail. Officers discovered that he had a criminal record and was under supervision for previous offenses. Juan faced serious charges, including carjacking, false imprisonment, and resisting arrest. Ultimately, he was convicted and sentenced to prison, where he would serve time for his crimes, serving as a warning to other criminals about the consequences of their actions.
You don't even have proper guns to even take her to jail.
Yes, I do.
A woman was pulled over by a deputy for running 2 stop signs. When asked for her documents, she refused to cooperate and argued with the officer. Although she handed over her driver's license, she ignored the officer's instructions. She attempted to open her car door and rummage through her belongings, despite the deputy's warnings. The deputy instructed her to step out of the car, but she continued to resist, growing increasingly agitated.
I'm not going to argue this with you. Again, I watched you at both of them.
Okay.
Can I see your license, registration, proof of insurance, please? Your license, please.
Tell Gigi to put my Wi-Fi code in here. I don't have them on me.
I just saw it in your wallet there, so let's try that
My
again.
license.
Let me see it then. Thank you.
You see how he slashed it?
Mr. Tarika,
No,
what's your name?
that ain't it.
What's your name?
It's on the ID.
Just talk to the people. I ain't got time for this.
Me either. Shit. He talk about I ain't stopping the fuck. I ain't stopping.
Step out the vehicle, please. Step out the vehicle, please.
On the right side. Here. It's going me out of here. That's all.
What you being detained for? They can't just take you to jail like that.
Yes, I can.
What?
Stop
Can
it.
you pull my shirt up, Mom? Pull my shirt up, Mom. Mom, pull
Hold
my
on.
shirt up and my titties come out. Body studying
Go ahead.
people.
You don't even have proper guns to even take her to jail.
Yes, I do.
I
No,
ain't
you
stop.
because
Yes, I
They
do.
said-
Back up from my traffic stop.
They said
That's what you're gonna do.
they was
Back
sitting
up.
at the stop sign.
Back up.
They was
Back
sitting at
up.
the stop sign. I ain't stop if it's cars in front of me going left and right. I got no choice but to stop and go.
she giving you her license and you study asking what is your name and it's on her driver license.
All right, man, if you want to be so smart, what does that say? At the top of that, what does it say?
I can't see
What does it
smoke
say?
now. I
All right,
can't
it's
see
not a
smoke
driver's
now.
license. Mind your business over there, please.
That shit smell like doo-doo. Damn, that shit funky.
Your vehicle's getting towed.
I don't care. Move it, Mom.
Have a seat.
He talk about he finna tow it. Park it.
Get in the car.
Please.
Do not get near that car, please.
Don't get in the car.
Get in the car.
He cannot tow my
Get in the car.
Y'all see this? Okay.
Get in the car.
I'm getting.
After a heated argument, the woman began resisting even more, refusing to get back into the car and obstructing the deputy. The officer called for backup and decided to arrest her for resisting and driving without a license. She was detained and could face charges of obstructing justice. Although she requested to speak to her relatives, the deputy proceeded with the standard procedure. In the end, she was taken to jail. A few months later, the woman was arrested again for assault with a deadly weapon, followed by another arrest for violating her pretrial release, and once more for a drug-related charge. After being sentenced for resisting arrest and driving without a license, she was ordered to perform community service as part of her sentence. However, her legal troubles continued to escalate. A high-speed pursuit began as officers spotted a suspicious vehicle. The officers quickly relayed the direction of travel, moving northbound from Sunny Lane towards I-4. The vehicle sped at 75 miles per hour as it passed through main streets. Police confirmed that the vehicle was a red Jeep with the license plate Queen Henry Baker 349. The driver kept switching lanes and appeared to throw something out of the window.
Box over, we able to confirm the female in the driver's seat.
I believe so. We're going to be getting westbound from Sunny Lane. We are getting on I-40, attempted TVI, just on the on-ramp, westbound I-40.
The chase continued as the vehicle moved towards Interstate 40. The speed decreased but remained around 70 miles per hour. Officers reported the vehicle was in the middle lane, moving through light traffic, yet the driver's suspicious behavior continued. A firearm magazine seemed to fall out of the vehicle as it switched to the outer lane. The pursuing officers remained persistent, adjusting to the changing traffic and terrain.
Exit right now, we'll let you know what they do. They are going to get off on pit. Off on pit. Light traffic to no traffic, speeds 70 miles an hour. Looks like we're going to try to go northbound on 10. Northbound on 10. TBI, TBI, TBI. Turn back around. Driver, he's down, he's down.
As the vehicle continued on Interstate 40, the situation became more intense. Finally, the vehicle was stopped and the driver was ordered out. The scene turned chaotic as the driver tried to resist, insisting he wasn't fighting back. The officers quickly gained control, calmly removing the driver from the vehicle and executing the arrest. The pursuit ended successfully with the authorities' intervention.
Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Get around the corner! Get out of the way! Get out of the way, sir!
I'm not resisting, sir. Listen, I'm not resisting. Hey, I'm not resisting, sir. Listen. Drive.
Get around the corner!
I told her to drive. Hey, excuse me. Sir, I promise I'm not resisting. Hey. Look, please don't let him do it like that. Shit hurt, man.
Sit down, sir! Sit down, sir!
I am. Hey, please. Okay. Hey, listen. My wife's out here. You hear me? I'm not moving, man. I'm not moving. Hey, listen. Hey, look.
Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Get around the corner! Get out of the way! Get out of the way, sir!
I'm not resisting, sir. Listen, I'm not resisting. Hey, I'm not resisting, sir. Listen. Drive.
Get around the corner!
I told her to drive. Hey, excuse me. Sir, I promise I'm not resisting. Look, please don't let him do it like that. Shit hurt, man.
Sit down, sir!
I am.
Sir!
Put your hands behind your back. Okay. Hey, listen.
On February 6, 2025, just after 9:35 a.m., Illinois State Police were alerted about a vehicle suspected to be involved in an armed robbery in Texas, traveling on I-74 in Champaign County. Officers immediately began tracking the vehicle as it headed north into McLean County. The situation quickly escalated into a tense pursuit, raising concerns about public safety.
See your hands. Lay down, on the ground now. Stay right there. Keep your hands where they're at. Come secure this guy. Hey, get this guy right here. Hands up!
Around 10:30 a.m., the vehicle stopped at a gas station in Lexington, Illinois. Joseph Martin Hernandez, 19, from Texas, exited the vehicle and entered the station. Shortly afterward, officers arrived and attempted to arrest Hernandez and the driver, Ryan Aaron Stanley Hurst, 18, from Arkansas. Tensions rose when Hurst pointed a gun at the officers.
Keep your hands where they're at. Come secure this guy. Hey, get this guy right here. Hands up! Hands up now!
Stay with him. Right there with him. I got you. I'm right here. Okay, I'm not.
Cuff him. Come on, Eric, shots fired. You see anything?
Is he moving at all? His eyes are open.
Alright, Tom. We got multiple shots fired.
I'm no shots fired.
Got shots fired. You got here.
Hey, get your hands out of the car! We got one's in custody right now. The other one's in the car.
Custody in there, boy.
Yep.
Don't move! Hands up! Hands straight up!
You get your hands up, out of the car. Get your hands up. Hands up.
In response to the threat, officers fired their weapons, striking Hurst. Immediate first aid was provided, and he was transported to the hospital. Currently, Hurst is listed in stable condition. Hernandez was unharmed and taken into custody for further investigation. Fortunately, no officers were injured during the incident.
Do not move or you will get shot! You will get shot! My hand's up there. My hand's 15. Okay, 15. Cover. Don't move. Is he bleeding? Kick it. Get up. Oh!
My fucking arm!
Alright, send medical.
Where's he bleeding from?
Everywhere. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Got one leg wound.
There's a bullet right there. It fell out of his shirt.
I stopped the fucking bullet.
You need gloves?
Yeah.
You need gloves? Here, I'm gonna go get my
Shot at?
I can't tell.
I don't see legs.
So, what do you think about these heart-pounding chases? Do you believe the officers can always outsmart the high-speed criminals? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy these thrilling chases. Be sure to subscribe to Police Danny so you never miss an exciting pursuit and stay with us on these dangerous journeys. Are you ready to face speed and danger head-on? This is Police Danny. where heart-stopping pursuits on city streets turn into life-or-death battles, with criminals always one step ahead. On September 11, 2024, at approximately 7:49 p.m., I, Trooper Lasso Silva, with the Florida Highway Patrol, was assigned to the Criminal Interdiction Unit, CIU, patrolling Miami-Dade and Broward counties. I was traveling west on Okeechobee Road, approaching State Road 826. The Miami Regional Communications Center advised that the Hialeah Police Department was following a stolen white van in the area of Okeechobee and South River Drive. Trooper Canteller spotted the white van heading east on Northwest 74th Street connector. The vehicle immediately began fleeing and eluding, disregarding the safety of citizens and property. I informed Trooper Canteller that I would take primary position in the pursuit. The chase intensified as the van continued to flee recklessly and aggressively, refusing to stop. Despite my attempts to perform a precision immobilization technique, PIT, the maneuver was unsuccessful. The white van crashed into another vehicle at the intersection of Northwest 74th Street and Northwest 73rd Court. However, the van kept fleeing, showing no regard for the safety of others. I attempted a second pit maneuver near Northwest 74th Street and Northwest 72nd Avenue, which successfully stopped the vehicle across the center median.
Miami, 10-4,
but the vehicle's continuing. The vehicle's continuing.
Miami, signal 4. 10-4, the vehicle's continuing. The vehicle's continuing. 10-20.
As the van came to a stop, I observed 3 occupants bail out of the vehicle. I quickly exited my patrol vehicle and approached the right front passenger, ordering him to the ground and to show his hands for officer safety. The passenger complied and lay down. With assistance from an HPD unit, I was able to handcuff him. Trooper Canteller deployed his K9 gunner, leading to the apprehension of the driver. HPD officers secured the rear passenger in handcuffs as well. I was able to identify the 3 occupants through the FCIC/NCIC database as Nozlan U. Ruiz driver, Abraham Carrillo front passenger, and Yamil Salas rear passenger. The Miami Regional Communications Center confirmed that the white van had been reported stolen on August 31st, 2024. After all 3 individuals were medically cleared at the hospital, they were transported to TGK and handed over to the Miami-Dade County Correctional Deputies without further incident.
State line, East 32nd. It's going to be a white Lincoln passenger car, paper tag, readable.
On January 18th, 2025, I, Trooper First Class Tyler Gentry, was patrolling on State Line Avenue in Texarkana. While observing a white Lexus traveling southbound, I noticed a worn temporary license plate with only DEC visible, indicating that it had expired in December. I decided to follow the vehicle and waited for a safe spot to initiate the stop. I began the stop near Nelson's Boot and Shoes on State Line Avenue.
Past County Avenue. Go ahead and start a T towards me.
When I activated my emergency lights, the vehicle changed from the outer lane to the center turning lane. The driver then made a left turn onto East 32nd Street. I briefly activated the siren, then turned it off, but when the vehicle continued moving, I turned the siren on and kept it on. We passed 3 intersecting streets before coming to a stop at the intersection of East 32nd and County Avenue.
Good one.
I suspected the driver was either preparing to flee at high speed or was on the phone arranging for assistance. I immediately notified dispatch that I was in pursuit. The driver turned right onto Locust Street, and as they did, I used my TVI bumper to hit the passenger rear bumper of their vehicle, trying to push it off the right side of the road. The vehicle continued south on Locust Street, passing 4 more intersections.
I don't give a fuck. Lay down on the ground. Do it now. Anybody else in that car? Don't you move. TVI 1015.
As the vehicle continued, I used the right portion of my TVI bumper to push the vehicle off the left side of the road and made contact with the rear left bumper. I then moved to the right side and used the left portion of my TVI bumper to push the rear right bumper. At this point, I noticed a strong smell of marijuana emanating from the vehicle. 4 individuals emerged from a nearby house, and one identified herself as the owner of the vehicle.
There's a
lot more than around the corner. I saw once you get back out on the road,
they have one at gunpoint right now, left in 1327, and available until you can be around.
I was doing the speed limit.
roll over onto your side. This side. Kick this leg up. Bend to the knee.
A search of the vehicle revealed 3 bags of marijuana weighing a total of 4.1 ounces. I allowed the owner to take the vehicle back. At the Miller County Jail, the suspect identified himself as Louis Hooper.
You got another unit with you?
TVI. They stopped.
On September 28, 2024, while patrolling U.S. Highway 78, I observed a gray Dodge Ram traveling at 107 miles per hour in a 60 mile per hour zone. I immediately turned around, activated my lights and sirens, and attempted to catch up to the vehicle. I observed the truck using the turning lane to pass other vehicles as it traveled on U.S. Highway 78. I managed to catch up to the vehicle at the red light at the intersection of U.S. Highway 78 and Commerce Drive, where it stopped for a moment before speeding off and running the red light. The vehicle continued westbound on U.S. Highway 78, entering a densely populated area. I decided to perform a tactical vehicle intervention, TVI, on the passenger side, away from oncoming traffic. After executing the TVI, the vehicle began rotating clockwise, leaving the roadway to the right. As it spun, it struck a utility pole, splitting it in half and causing power lines to fall onto the ground and onto other vehicles.
Driver, open the door.
Ciclo, younger. Yo so, no pasilla yo. Light post down.
Hey, open the door. Driver.
You need 1016.
10-4, 10-6, and start the next 10-11.
After hitting the utility pole, the truck came to rest upright, facing west. I approached the vehicle with my weapon drawn and saw that Mr. Hotchkiss was slumped over the steering wheel and unresponsive. I instructed him to open the door and exit the vehicle, but received no response. I approached the truck and confirmed he was still breathing, so I waited for backup.
And into your hands. Sir.
Once backup arrived, we extricated Mr. Hotchkiss from the vehicle and placed him in handcuffs. As I spoke to him, I could smell alcohol on his breath. A bottle of Beam's 8-star whiskey was found inside the truck. EMS arrived to assess Mr. Hotchkiss, but he refused medical treatment. He became combative and attempted to fight the medics. Mr. Hotchkiss was placed in the back of my patrol vehicle and transported to St. Bernard's for medical treatment. Once there, he was transferred to the MED in Memphis for a neck injury. The utility pole was damaged and power lines fell on a parked vehicle, causing damage to it. The estimated damage to the pole was about $5,000. Mr. Hotchkiss was charged with fleeing, reckless driving, failure to stop at red light, no seatbelt, speeding over 15 miles per hour, improper lane usage, DWI, open container in a vehicle, and criminal mischief. First-degree damage over $5,000 but less than $25,000. At approximately 12:09 hours on March 3rd, 2022, I received a call from the Bibb County Sheriff's Office about an active chase. Through the Troop D Communication Center, I was informed that Bibb County was pursuing a vehicle related to a theft. The fleeing vehicle was traveling on Bass Road, approaching Georgia Highway 87, and I began to follow the pursuit units. The chase continued northbound on Georgia Highway 87 before the fleeing vehicle made a right turn onto Georgia Highway 18. As the pursuit entered Jones County, I took the lead position in the chase on Georgia Highway 18 near mile marker 6. I notified the Troop D Communications Center that I was the primary unit in the pursuit. The fleeing vehicle then turned right onto the Georgia Highway 18 bypass and made another right turn onto Georgia Highway 22, traveling southbound in the northbound lanes. I continued to travel parallel to the vehicle. The fleeing vehicle then slowed down and veered off the road, attempting to cross the grass median to move northbound. At that moment, a deputy from the Jones County Sheriff's Office successfully performed a PIT maneuver, stopping the vehicle. After the vehicle was stopped, the driver opened the driver's side door and raised his hands. Officers from both the Jones County and Bibb County Sheriff's Offices apprehended the driver without incident. The driver was identified as Mr. Stephen Law. After the pursuit, Mr. Lay was transferred to the custody of the Bibb County Sheriff's Office, with no contact between my patrol vehicle and the fleeing vehicle.
Do not fucking move! Put your hands behind your back, now! Copy now!
At approximately 11:43 a.m. on August 7, 2024, I was patrolling in my Florida Highway Patrol law enforcement vehicle, clearly marked with agency insignia, on Interstate 10, I-10, in Gadsden County, Florida. I was traveling in the inside, fast lane when I observed a gray Dodge Charger in front of me, traveling at an estimated speed of 80 miles per hour. I activated my dual stalker radar unit in front-moving same mode, which gave a digital reading of 82 miles per hour. Upon noticing my marked patrol vehicle, the vehicle switched to the outside, slow lane, and began following too closely behind a truck pulling a trailer. The vehicle slowed to 57 miles per hour, with only one car length between itself and the truck, which should have been at least 5 car lengths. I moved beside the vehicle and observed a California vehicle tag. The vehicle then attempted to exit at mile marker 174, but abruptly swerved back onto I-10 through a marked gore area. I activated my emergency lights and siren to initiate a traffic stop at mile marker 174. The vehicle began to slow down and partially pulled into the emergency lane, but then accelerated, fleeing my patrol car. The driver failed to maintain lanes, reaching speeds of 120 miles per hour and making multiple attempts to strike my patrol vehicle.
Bridge area.
Target 1033 to Shell. 133 now. 86. 346. I show you for 170 going westbound.
I'm 231.
Yeah, 1040, you have excursion.
I successfully executed a precision immobilization technique, PIT maneuver, at mile marker 168, bringing the vehicle to a controlled stop. The driver, later identified as Steve Manuel Jr., exited the vehicle and began fleeing on foot. I issued loud verbal commands for him to stop and show his hands, but he disobeyed and kept running. I detained the front seat passenger and the rear passenger, placing them in double-locked handcuffs in the back seat of my patrol car. After several hours of searching, Manuel was located at a Marathon gas station on County Road 270A at around 5:40 p.m. He was arrested, and after being treated for dehydration and cramps at the hospital, Manuel was transported to Gadsden County Jail without further incident. He is facing charges including fleeing or attempting to elude a law enforcement officer, child abuse, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Yeah, let me pull you on across so you can lay flat. Sit flat. Good.
Thanks for watching. If you don't want to get chased by the cops on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, or you might not be able to run fast enough.
You need to pick your leg up, bro. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Ready or still shaking with fear? Wild chases, hairpin turns that make your heart skip a beat. They're all waiting for you in the high-stakes world of Police Danny on treacherous roads. On June 2nd, 2024, I was on patrol on Sparta Road in Sebring, Florida. As I was driving near the intersection with Cal Ranch Road, I observed a vehicle speeding past me, heading towards State Road 66. Without hesitation, I made a U-turn and began pursuing the vehicle. Upon noticing my patrol car, the vehicle immediately began fleeing at high speed, weaving through traffic and making sharp turns. After a long pursuit, the vehicle suddenly stopped in the middle of the road, directly in front of two other patrol cars. The driver, later identified as Jason Martin Vick, suddenly accelerated and intentionally rammed one of the patrol cars, causing a violent collision. The impact deployed all airbags in the vehicle and injured one of my fellow deputies. Despite the damage, Jason didn't stop. He continued to flee, driving onto the shoulder and making a sharp left turn to escape.
Still continuing westbound, speed 40 miles an hour. He's barely able to control it. The vehicle's almost DAV. Another unit up there with me. 10-4. He's not able to control it. It keeps going in oncoming traffic. I get a chance to take him out.
Jason's vehicle continued to swerve uncontrollably across both lanes of traffic on State Road 66. I decided to perform a PIT, Pursuit Intervention Technique, maneuver to stop the vehicle. The impact caused the Dodge to spin around and come to a stop. Jason exited the vehicle, dropped to the ground, and concealed himself behind the car, refusing to comply with multiple commands to surrender. Despite several orders to reveal himself, he remained hidden and uncooperative.
Bravo 321 is that car. 33 traffic, we gotta stop. 33 traffic, we gotta stop.
Hands up! Hands up, motherfucker! Hands up on the ground! I will kill you! Who the fuck is in the door? And there's at least three! At least three!
After running Jason's information through dispatch, we found that he didn't have a valid driver's license and had a history of reckless driving. Throughout the entire pursuit, Jason showed a complete disregard for public safety, driving at dangerously high speeds and using his vehicle as a weapon against law enforcement. With the clear evidence, Jason will face multiple serious charges, including assault on a police officer, fleeing and eluding, and driving without a license. In the end, he was taken into custody and will be held accountable for his actions.
Ellington, you good?
At approximately 10:16 a.m. on July 11th, 2024, I, Trooper Calvert, was stationed on U.S. Highway 67/167 northbound near mile marker 7. I observed a gray Ford Edge with a paper tag blowing in the wind, making it unreadable. I initiated a traffic stop near mile marker 8 on U.S. Highway 67/167 northbound. The vehicle complied and pulled over to the right shoulder. However, the brake lights of the vehicle remained on while I was approaching, and after staying stationary for about 3 to 5 seconds, the vehicle suddenly started moving again, heading north on U.S. Highway 67/167. I activated my emergency sirens, but the vehicle continued to drive, failing to stop. I advised ASP dispatch that I was in pursuit. The vehicle continued heading north at speeds around 90 miles per hour. As the vehicle passed Sergeant Briggs, he joined the pursuit as the secondary unit at approximately 10:17 a.m. The pursuit continued on U.S. Highway 67/167 and took the James Street exit 9 heading north on TP White Drive. We drove through a construction zone at speeds of around 75 miles per hour. The vehicle then turned south onto Bailey Boulevard into a residential area. To avoid entering the residential area, I attempted a tactical vehicle intervention, TVI, when the vehicle turned onto Hayes Street but was unsuccessful. I attempted another TBI maneuver, but the driver avoided it and abruptly stopped at the intersection of Hayes and Gray Street. At this point, a black male exited the front passenger seat with 2 large white trash bags and began fleeing south on Gray Street. The vehicle continued driving after the passenger fled on foot. The male, still carrying the bags, hopped a fence at 909 Gray Street. I attempted to follow but was unable to clear the fence. I ran to the front of 909 Gray Street and jumped the metal fence between the 2 properties.
suit, granny and baby. Running south on Gray. I'm 1037 with the vehicle.
After placing him in my patrol car, I returned to the backyard of 905 Gray Street. Inside the 2 trash bags the suspect had discarded, I found 9 sealed bags of green leafy substance, which I identified as marijuana. Sergeant Briggs had custody of the driver, Dana Webb. Webb was charged with improper display of license tags, fictitious tags, reckless driving, possession with intent to distribute controlled substance, marijuana, fleeing, felony, substantial danger of death, and failure to present proof of insurance. The passenger, Harold Shirley, was charged with fleeing, on foot, fleeing, felony, substantial danger of death, refusal to submit to arrest, tampering with physical evidence, and misdemeanor criminal trespass. Both suspects will face appropriate legal consequences. On December 17, 2021, at approximately 16:13 hours, while patrolling Interstate 75 North near mile marker 164 in Bibb County, I observed a white Honda Accord traveling in the middle lane. I ran a registration check through GCIC and found the vehicle's registration status was canceled. I activated my emergency equipment, lights and siren, on my fully marked patrol car and attempted a traffic stop on the Honda Accord. The driver, later identified as Mr. Kendarius Grimes from his Georgia ID card, refused to stop and initiated a vehicle pursuit. I informed Troop D Communications that I was actively pursuing the Honda. Mr. Grimes started passing numerous vehicles without using turn signals and failed to maintain his lane. Mr. Grimes exited at exit 165 from Interstate 75 and began traveling east on Interstate 16. This area was under construction, with only 2 lanes open and caution barrels on both shoulders. Traffic was heavy, but Mr. Grimes continued passing vehicles recklessly, creating a dangerous situation for other motorists. Mr. Grimes continued to speed, passing vehicles on the right shoulder of exit ramp 2 at a high rate of speed. He then made a left turn onto Coliseum Drive, recklessly passing cars at high speed, nearly sideswiping a gold Chevrolet Tahoe. Mr. Grimes then turned into the middle lane at Main Street, where heavy traffic forced him to stop. Mr. Grimes turned onto private property at 905 Main Street, Macon, Georgia 31217, which led to a dead end. He exited the vehicle while it was still rolling and began running towards a government housing complex, ignoring my commands. The Honda struck a curb and continued about 12 feet before stopping after hitting a utility pole. I continued the pursuit on foot and deployed my Taser 7, but both attempts missed Mr. Grimes.
Check him out.
Yeah, he the taser just bounced, so I just jumped on his back. That's it.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Get out of the hands up!
A silver Honda Pilot is driving recklessly at high speed on the road. The driver appears to be handling the vehicle dangerously. The police notice this and begin
Shots
to follow.
fired! Shots fired!
As they
Shots
approach,
fired!
the driver starts firing at the officers. The officers respond quickly, requesting backup. One patrol car is disabled due to gunfire. The officers continue to maintain a safe distance, carefully tracking the vehicle while ensuring their own safety.
My car's disabled. I don't think I'm hit. Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Shots fired.
The police pursuit continues, with the car speeding and the driver constantly firing at the officers.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Backup units are called in, and the officers use communication to coordinate. The car speeds through intersections and navigates sharp turns, maintaining high speeds. The officers stay close, yet keep a safe distance to avoid being shot at while continuing the chase.
Shots fired again.
Back up, give him some space, keep an eye on him. Alright, southbound Hillcrest from 38.
Southbound Hillcrest from 38.
Give him space. Eastbound Sylvan from Hillcrest.
Eastbound Sylvan from Hillcrest.
The chase does not slow down. The driver continues to speed, swerving and exhibiting dangerous behavior. The officers manage to pinpoint the car's location and attempt a roadblock, but the driver continues to shoot. The situation grows more tense as the officers, though maintaining their pursuit, must remain cautious to avoid further danger. The cooperation between the units becomes even more crucial as the chase drags on.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Grand Street. Alright, back off, back off.
Eastbound Main.
The police decide to use more aggressive tactics, slowing down the vehicle to get closer for a potential pit maneuver. However, the driver continues to speed and shoot at the officers. Despite the increasing danger, the police push forward, trying to trap the vehicle. The officers continue to track the vehicle, now aided by aerial support, all while carefully avoiding direct confrontation that could lead to casualties.
Northbound, 80 miles an hour, coming up to 3 exit.
Come up to 3 exit, still northbound.
Do you have any kind of description on this individual?
Right now, so I can see us now. He might have a hat on.
We're taking a 3 exit from 83 North.
Finally, the car is cornered, and the police manage to block it in. When the driver gets out of the vehicle, the situation becomes even more tense. The suspect refuses to comply and continues to act aggressively. The officers intervene, using necessary force to control the situation. In the end, the condition of the driver is uncertain, possibly due to self-inflicted injuries or being shot by the police.
Field under overpass.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! I'm pinning my BB's gonna be disabled. We're gonna have a gunpoint. Hands up! Hands up! Get out, get out. Hands up! You're not to me! Hey, send the dog! Hey, let's go. You ready? All right.
Being chased by the cops probably isn't fun, but if you enjoy it, like, comment, and subscribe so the cops can chase you even more.
Put your hand up! You will get shot! Put your...
Welcome to the ultimate high-speed action journey. Police Danny will plunge you into chases after criminals on the streets, where every moment is a fight between justice and chaos. On August 11th, 2024, at around 7:30 p.m., Trooper C. Blount was on routine patrol heading north on US She 319 near Connor Boulevard when he noticed a black Infiniti Q50 sedan nearly sideswipe another vehicle during a lane change. The other driver had to swerve hard to avoid a crash. Recognizing the danger, Trooper Blount activated his emergency lights to initiate a traffic stop. The Infiniti initially seemed to comply, slowing down. But what followed would turn a simple stop into a high-stakes chase. Just as it appeared the driver would pull over, the Infiniti suddenly accelerated, weaving dangerously through traffic. It ran a red light at Capitol Circle Northeast and Easterwood Drive and turned onto Eliza Road, then Weems Road, passing cars illegally over double yellow lines at over 70 miles per hour. It didn't stop there. The sedan sped into Tom Brown Park, a busy area filled with pedestrians, hitting 60 miles per hour with no regard for anyone's safety. The chase was turning reckless, fast. The suspect vehicle continued east on Connor Boulevard, again blowing through a red light and speeding over 80 miles per hour in a 40 miles per hour zone. It made a left onto Appalachie Parkway from the far right lane, disregarding another red light. The Infiniti pushed speeds over 120 miles per hour, zigzagging between cars like a stunt scene. As it came to a brief stop at Hampton Creek Drive, Trooper Blount approached with his weapon drawn, but the suspect sped off again, intensifying the risk. Blount managed to catch up at over 130 miles per hour. As the Infiniti began to slow down to around 56 miles per hour, he performed a successful PIT maneuver, striking the vehicle's rear bumper and bringing it to a stop. With weapons drawn, the troopers ordered both occupants out. The driver, identified as Cedric Perry Jr., and the passenger, Ajaris Joseph, complied peacefully. Both were placed in handcuffs and secured in patrol vehicles. The dangerous chase had finally ended.
Step over here! Step over here!
And that will be with,
Chuck, put your hands on the truck right there.
Midwood.
The wall's around. Right there. Don't put your hands out the back. Interlock your fingers.
During a search, officers found a black Ziploc bag with 35 grams of green leafy substance that tested positive for marijuana. Perry admitted the drugs were his. He was arrested for felony fleeing with disregard for safety and possession of marijuana over 20 grams. He also received a citation for improper lane change. Joseph was released on scene without charges. Perry was booked into the Leon County Jail without further incident at around 8:23 p.m.
If you cannot afford an attorney and desire one, the court will court one for you. You may stop the questioning at any time by refusing to answer further or by requesting a consult with your attorney. Do you understand each of these rights that I explained to you? Having these rights in mind, do you wish to answer any questions with me now? I'm sorry? Yeah, or at least maybe if you want to go up around the hill. You got your wallet on? In the car?
At approximately 6:51 a.m. on October 10th, 2024, I was stationary on United States Highway 425 just south of Beulah Road in Drew County when I observed a black Chevrolet Tahoe driving northbound at a high rate of speed. I confirmed with my front radar that the vehicle was traveling at 78 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone. I activated my emergency lights in an attempt to stop the vehicle for the infraction, but the vehicle accelerated further, and I informed dispatch that I would be in pursuit. The suspect vehicle continued northbound on United States Highway 425, reaching speeds of up to 100 miles per hour. The vehicle passed several cars in a no-passing zone and drove into oncoming traffic. After passing the initial traffic, I attempted a pit maneuver, but it was unsuccessful. Due to oncoming traffic, I was unable to attempt another maneuver on the highway. The suspect vehicle continued north before turning east onto Wilson Mill Road. It then turned north onto Midway Route and east again onto Old Troy Road. The vehicle entered the logging area of the Inter-4 sawmill production plant, where it eventually stopped. The driver then fled on foot while holding his waistband. He ran in and out of warehouses, and I lost sight of him. However, I was able to locate his red hoodie, a Taurus semi-automatic pistol, Millennium G2, SN, TKZ 252436, and a bag containing drugs.
I don't want to. What's up, man?
Employees at the plant identified the male they had seen hiding the hoodie and other items. He was identified as DeMarcus Smith, a parolee and employee at the plant. He was taken into custody and admitted to operating the vehicle under Miranda. During an inventory of the vehicle, items belonging to DeMarcus, including parole paperwork with his signature, were found. DeMarcus's mother, Felicia Martin, also called to check on the situation and confirmed her son had taken her vehicle to work. During the inventory, a bottle of promethazine and an extended magazine were also found. A secondary search of the area where the gun and drugs were initially located led to the discovery of another firearm, ERG-42, 25 caliber, SN unreadable. DeMarcus's vehicle was towed by Wrangell's Towing, and all evidence was turned over to ASP Special Agent David Toomey. DeMarcus was transported to the Drew County Detention Facility and booked on various charges.
Hey, boss man.
Forty, 38. Fuck you.
It was a tense evening when Genesee County Flint City Dispatch received a shots-fired call near 3921 Joyner Street. Officer Kairos and I responded immediately, reaching out to residents on Joyner Street who confirmed the shooting. They described the suspect vehicle as a white Dodge Charger with a cracked windshield and no license plate. As we ensured no one had been injured, we began gathering information, unaware of the high-speed chase about to unfold.
Going up the Canterbury Lane. Eastbound. Taking a third car, hours time keeping up. Primary units on him. forward one. East following road one. On primary now. We're going north on green one. What's on Shamrock?
Negative on that report crash. Get looking for a top. Might be trying to get on southbound 75.
Copy.
40, 38.
As the pursuit escalated, we conducted 2 pit maneuvers in an attempt to stop the suspect. Though both attempts failed, we finally succeeded in forcing the vehicle to halt. The adrenaline was high as the suspect's reckless driving put everyone's lives in danger. But this was only the beginning of a more intense sequence of events. With the vehicle stopped, the driver, Tyree Nazrael Parker, bolted out of the car and ran. Officer McLaughlin Smith and I immediately pursued him, knowing he was armed. As Parker sprinted down the road with a gun in his hand, he discarded the weapon before being apprehended. The chase had turned into a full-on foot pursuit.
Walk out of the way.
After the arrest, a Glock 30.45 caliber handgun with a loaded magazine was recovered, along with a stolen vehicle. Photos and in-car video footage were taken to document the incident, all of which were uploaded to the prosecutor portal. Parker faced multiple charges, including carrying a concealed weapon, fleeing police, and felony firearm possession. The case concluded with his arrest, bringing an end to his dangerous rampage.
Scat pack ain't so fast now and we're good to chase, huh? Fuck, boy.
On April 2nd, 2025, police in Lincoln, Missouri, initiated a pursuit after spotting a suspicious red SUV speeding through a residential neighborhood in the southern part of the city. As officers attempted a traffic stop, the driver hit the gas and took off. The chase began in the Grantville area and continued all the way to the intersection of Sherman Avenue and 10th Street. Officers kept close tabs on the fleeing vehicle as it swerved through traffic at dangerous speeds, putting lives at risk. As the chase reached a highway interchange, officers spotted what looked like a firearm magazine being tossed out of the passenger side window. This alarming action raised the threat level instantly. A police helicopter was dispatched to assist from above. The suspect's vehicle continued weaving through multiple lanes at high speed, darting between other drivers and endangering everyone nearby. The situation was rapidly escalating, and law enforcement prepared for a tactical takedown.
About 60 miles an hour Alright, still westbound on 40, passing a car on the left. about 50 miles an hour. Someone else back and forth will be a big help. Come to the 10 exit right now. I'll let you know that you are going to get off on 10. Light traffic to no traffic, speeds 70 miles an hour. Looks like we're going to try to go northbound.
As the red SUV turned northbound on Sherman Avenue, officers made the call to initiate a tactical vehicle intervention, TVI, to end the chase. The maneuver was successful. The vehicle was forced off the road and came to a stop near the curb. Officers quickly moved in with weapons drawn, ordering the suspects out of the vehicle. While there was no violent resistance, police remained cautious and secured both individuals in handcuffs without further complications. Upon searching the vehicle, officers located a handgun hidden beneath the driver's seat. The driver, identified as Nathan Cole, 34, was already wanted on a felony warrant out of Jefferson County, Missouri. According to court records, Nathan had a prior conviction from 2018 tied to gang activity and was suspected of involvement in a recent shooting in Texas. The passenger, whose identity has not been released, is currently under further investigation by Texas authorities. Both suspects were transported to the Lincoln County Detention Center following their arrest. Nathan is now facing multiple charges, including unlawful possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, reckless endangerment during flight, and federal flight to avoid prosecution related to the Texas case. Authorities stated that the investigation remains ongoing, and additional charges may follow. Nathan's actions have once again drawn public attention to the dangers posed by organized and repeat offenders.